Nearly.
It was very, very Greg Koch at the end.
There was this video that I shared on our Facebook page. That's this funk thing this guy was doing. It was so good. This band just all set up live in a room and all just doing this thing. The guitar player's doing really laid back funk thing with the phaser. It's like, yeah, it's awesome. Hey guys, welcome to That Pedal Show. Dan here.
Mick here. Hello. Right. What are we doing today? Well, we're doing two things. One is Simon's not with us. He's had the temerity to go on holiday.
Dare him.
Holidays?
The tenacity.
What's that all about? So Catherine is manning the cameras. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine.
And we're all over the place, obviously, because Simon kind of knows how to do the lighting and everything, and we sort of kind of know, sort of. We've put a bit more fill light in on the side of my face, which a lot of people were helpfully, constructively criticising from the first outing of that new pedal show.
Mick, your side of your face has fallen into a well.
It's gone very dark. So there's no real agenda for today's show other than we're still getting used to the room. So we've got some new mics to mess around with. We've got the new Neumann TLM102s, which are on the amps, which will become more apparent as time goes on. And I've been on to the Thomann website and I bought some sound reflection diffuser panels to see if they make any difference to the deadness of the room. And we're going to live test that again on you guys. So this is really about testing our room and seeing what it sounds like.
Yeah. So lots of the sounds we'll play are sounds that we've used before in the old room, sounds we're very familiar with.
Well, you maybe, me less so, but...
okay, yes, of course.
We'll get to that in a minute. In fact, I'm going to grab my phone because one of the downsides of Simon not being here is we've only got one GoPro. So the GoPro's on Dan's board. We might move it to mine, but for the time being, to save all that mucking about, here is my board.
It's lovely.
Not exactly massively familiar stuff. And you can see Dan's board on the GoPro, assuming it's recording.
Yes.
It's like back to the old days, Dan, of trying to do...
You running around going, is it going? Is it going?
Is everything working? No, yes, no. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Why have you chosen what you've chosen today, Daniel?
Well, with these sound reflectors, I wanted to, because I know the sound of the AC30 so well, I will really clearly hear if there is, if I can hear anything with that, with the sound reflectors on. Also, because this amp was away last time we recorded in here. It was with, I've just come back from Wales recording with, I was helping out Simon Neil, Biffy Clyro do their thing. And yes, I brought the amp back. It's been pounded into submission. It's awesome.
And you're running it through the power station as usual?
Yeah, just give it a little bit of hair on the amp and then turn it down.
For anyone who may not have seen, we did a video a few weeks back called One Amp, One Pedal, One Guitar, and Dan chose his AC30, totally fallen back in love with it, haven't you?
Totally, absolutely.
And you run it with the Fryette power station. Does sound like it's compressing quite nicely. Give us a listen there.
Okay, so this is just the bypass tone, so amp no effects, guitar straight to amp. Now normally at that volume it would be pristine clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can hear there's a little bit of hair on there. Bloody hell. Sorry. Yeah, you can hear there's a little bit of hair on there.
Do me a favour, would you?
Yes.
Could you just bash away on like an A chord and a G chord for a bit? And what I'll do in the mix is I'll bring the Sennheiser up and the Neumann up, and you'll know on screen what's happening. I'm fascinated to hear this.
All right. Can I?
You can do what you want as long as it remains consistent.
Sure. So, this is my other revelation has been the Bad Bob pedal into the AC30 set like this. So. I just love that. that work for you?
I think it will. Do me a favour, just play 4 open E's
Okay.
and then 4 more.
All right. I love that.
It sounds
I love
ace.
That. One of the advantages of having 2 separate setups now is that I can do that and you can play some stuff over the top.
Okay.
So, because I want to hear that as a rhythm sound,
Yep.
right? So, yeah, just have
Are we in tune is the first question?
Should be. Oh, okay.
Is my amp turned on?
Let's hear the super for a bit
Okay.
then.
So I'm using the Super Reverb, again, amp I love very dearly, and I've chosen it specifically because it has quite a lot of high end today, and that's the thing that I'm missing in this room a bit. So,
Right.
It's a nice
Bit of
sound.
Mickey magic.
It's got the bright switch off because I find the bright switch problematic. Bright switch sounds like this if you just turn it on now without changing anything else. So I would need to run the treble right down there, like it's gone from 7 to 4.
Very nice.
But for reasons that will become apparent in a minute, I like to have the bright switch off,
And
because then when you kick on some love,
because there's more mids as you turn the treble up, the actual knob treble up. It also brings mids up with it.
yeah, I think so, because you get that very kind of presency, sibilancy high thing, which is really nice. If you're playing just super clean, it's lovely. But when you step on the dirt, so what's coming next is Manticore by Pro Analog Devices. So if I just do that thing with the bright switch there again,
Yeah.
turn the bright switch on,
Chill back down to 4.
yeah.
Yep.
At volume, the bright switch's effect becomes lessened. So at volume, that extra fizzy stuff on the top there, which you can just about hear, becomes really nice. But at low volume, let's just put a little bit more love on there. Just a bit fizzy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you get rid of that, and then back to where we were. Is that how that works?
Yes, awesome.
Mid scoop, mid push.
I want to turn my presence up a little bit, actually.
I reckon before we get too much further, we should bring the
Panels
sound
in,
panels
yes,
in, and we'll
yes,
just do a
yeah.
quick AB. So that's as I mentioned, I will just use my phone again a sec, rather than move the. Is that a text message from Simon McBride?
Oh, cool.
I was doing some filming with Simon last week.
He's mega.
What a crazy good player. So anyway, he's going to come on the show, which is great.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, bit more. So what you just heard there was the Manticore by Pro Analog Devices, and that is the Manlion Gold version.
Manlion.
Which differs not at all except for the goldness and the Manlionness.
It's such a great pedal.
It's nice. I like it a lot. One thing I've been using a lot, I used this for the Cream gig, that Cream tribute show thing I did. Thorpy Warthog.
It's killer.
It's, check this out, right? Clearly not with this guitar.
Sounds ace. You
It does.
kidding?
It's really cool. Sorry, I meant not for this guitar, for the Cream gig.
Oh, right, okay.
So, the last time I got this guitar out, it hadn't been out of its case in 4 weeks, and it was in tune. It went, after we filmed, it went back in its case, and it hasn't been out of its case, and it hasn't been tuned again.
Okay.
I literally, honestly, I haven't picked up a guitar since filming.
Really?
Which is terrible. It's really bad. Anyway. Super Reverb, anybody?
That's unbelievable. It's really funny. There's a lot of stuff on everywhere on Thorpy's pedals, but for me, that's the one that doesn't get the love it deserves.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You put that. It's that proper broken amp gain thing.
Yeah, well, check this. So it's got the caliber, which is the transistor bias thing, I presume. Turn that down. Turn the gain down. Just give it some boost. Bit less love. Nice. Bit of jamage, why not?
Dude.
Other thing you just heard there, you could see Dan's pedal board because I'm cutting to it on the camera. On mine, you were hearing the vent. You were hearing the
That thing's crazy
Neo
good.
Instruments vent, and I switched it from. Yeah, I'll just hold that a second. Went from this. Ooh, yeah, a bit more volume required. And obviously in the Cream gig, that was.
Hang on. So that is...
The comedy of that was I wasn't actually playing that solo, Neville was playing that solo, but that's the Warthog into the Manticore.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy good.
So that's the kind of thing that I would normally do, have a gain pedal, a gainier pedal here.
Right.
And then clonny or tube
Boosty
screamer.
thing.
You'll notice it says tube screamer because on the night I use my Maxon tube screamer with the Bad Bob boost built in, which sounded pretty cool.
Man.
And a different delay. Anyway, we digress. Cool.
Wow.
Cheers, dude.
Okay, so shall we throw some panels up then?
I'm quite interested in this. So we're going to do this live as it actually happens.
Okay.
What I want you to do is play something fairly straight and simple.
Okay. Simple I can do.
Hang on, I'm just going to check those mics aren't touching. They're touching. No, they're not touching. Play something just with a consistent sound, if you can.
I'll try.
We'll play that for a couple of minutes, and then as fast as I can, I'll hang those panels. You can video me while I do it if you like.
Okay.
And then we'll play again, and we'll see if we can hear any difference.
All right.
I'll be astounded if we can.
Okay.
I'll leave my camera here so you can do this. So, right. So yeah, you just play something fairly.
Okay.
And what would be great is if there could be a bit of high end in it, because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the thing I'm looking for is to hear the high end reflections in the room.
And also, I'll put some top end in the reverb. Right, there's the sound.
So just play away for a bit and just get
And
used
play
to
the same thing.
Yeah, just ish, and just get used to it so you can feel it. Then I'm going to ask you to stop playing. I'm going to hang the panels as fast as I can.
All right.
Hold that thought. The first thing you play is an open E chord on the bridge pickup.
Got
Right? You won't be able to see much because you'll be pointing straight into the lights. But
Stay away from the light,
I'm
Daniel.
going to do this.
Hang on.
Recording.
Recording.
We've just realised that the last 5 minutes weren't recording, so we're just going to do this briefly again. That's what happens when Simon's not here. These acoustic panels, which were out there in that pedal hallway, have now come in here, and they are from Thomann. They're just bits of wood They weigh, I don't know, 12, 13 kilos each or something. And the idea is that they disperse sound. So if you have a flat surface, all you get is a reflection of that flat surface. These hit and deflect. So the hope is if Dan just swivels around and looks up there to the microphones, those are our room mics. The hope is that there'll be a bit of deflection coming off these panels and hit the room mics and might even sound a bit different for us.
Panel there. One panel there.
So we've very carefully attached them using the time-honoured method of cable ties. Let's see. So the last thing you played, I believe, Dan, was a
magnificent
open E chord. So if you assume the playing position, tell me if they're roughly central.
Yeah, that looks bang on actually. Okay.
Okay. The moment of truth.
I believe I'm hearing a little bit of room, Michael.
It's hard. It's very hard to say. My voice sounds less dead.
Yeah,
A tiny bit,
it
not
doesn't,
a huge amount.
but it's not like it's not like there's an echo. It's not like there's a room sound. I'm just hearing a little bit more life in.
Just play something completely without any, dry, without any delay or anything.
So yeah, dry, no delay. That is really interesting.
You think you can hear something?
I'm sure of it. So, from the last show, I was saying how all I could hear is from the back, right?
Yeah.
Everything in front was dead.
Yeah.
It's not, everything in front's not dead now. What do you think? It's not
I
a
don't
massive.
care.
Look,
The
it's not a
psychological
massive
effect is
difference.
enough for it to matter.
There you go.
To me,
That'll work.
I think I'm just not hearing as much.
Yeah, that's.
You know, we're not. If those panels are doing anything at all, they are definitely not absorbing any bass. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
But what they might be doing is dispersing a little bit of
Top end.
HF. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
might be.
Cool.
Interesting. So the next thing I'm going to do is build. Oh, I can hear sibilance on the end of my. I can hear sibilance in my S's,
Yeah.
which I couldn't hear before.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
There's no doubt. Absolutely.
And oh god, someone's going to say no because they don't work above 8K or something like that. But
You idiots.
so the next thing I'm going to build is some of those blocked. You know, you see them. They're like blocks that stick off a panel, and they're all pointing in different directions for the sides. Hear that?
I do.
Oh come on!
No, I know.
That
Seriously.
can't be true.
No, it is true. And the thing is that when I had that that sound with that reverb on before, and just the really top end of that reverb, it's just not falling flat now.
Yeah, that's why I put
That's
the.
really interesting.
Again, sorry for anyone who wanted to know what was happening on my board during that little Jamarolo there. It was this. It was the Manticore set a bit like that. A bit of that. But mostly just the Manticore into the Super with the Super Zone reverb. So a bit of crunchy goodness like this. Be interesting to see what made it through there.
Yeah.
There was a lot of...
But there's a little bit of life in the room.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
God,
because there's... it's... wet, dry rig, that and the two-rock.
That's the way it's going,
Hello,
isn't it?
ladies.
That's the way it's going.
Yeah, awesome.
Two Rock doing the punch in the middle.
Yeah.
Super doing the bottom and top. Blimmers. Now, I don't know how long we've been going, Dan. 45 minutes. So, in the remaining 10 or so, what else? What other questions have we got about our little room? You liking it?
I'm loving it.
Everyone's been saying how much the vocals sound a bit better. With less reflection. We'll see what the old panels do for that. It's mad, I can hear my sibilance in my voice. I can really hear it.
Yeah. That's made a huge difference. Well,
can a couple of old panels on the wall, it can't make it.
no, wait, think about it like this. Every sound that we've made before they went up was going back in that direction and hitting 2 layers of very thick theatre cloth, right?
Super thick.
Super thick theatre cloth, double layered, right? And so there's nothing coming back. Absolutely nothing.
And now there's something.
Now there's something. And that's all it takes is...
I was reading Sound on Sound magazine actually online. Hello, Paul and Dave. I can imagine you never watch that pedal show, but if you do, hello.
Well, hello to anyone called Paul and Dave.
Yeah. And quite a lot of the advice in there is if you've got a room with any sort of decent size, and by decent size, you need to be into 3, 4, 5, 6 meters away from the sound source in order for it to really make much difference. If you can't have a reflective panels, like hanging guitars and stuff on the wall can be a really good thing, because if rather than a flat surface, you've got loads of different surfaces, so it's dispersing in. And
I also have a theory. When you go into a music shop and you pick up a guitar and plug it into an amp, you go, oh, it sounds great.
I know what's coming.
That's a large reason that it sounds great, is because not only is it reflecting off the guitars, but the strings are also vibrating.
Yeah, they're all resonating.
You get home, you go, it's like, it's quite different.
All right, I want to hear the Neumann and the 906 on the Super. We heard them on the Vox earlier.
Okay.
You played some stuff. I want to hear them on the Super Reverb. In terms of positioning, I'll do some details of this when we finish, but I've sort of tried to, you've got 2 microphones trying to go for the same spot on the speaker, so it's a compromise position. Funnily enough, I was talking to Mike Landau about this. Nice. That was a beauty.
Very good.
That was a beauty.
Very good.
I was talking to Michael Landau about this, and he says the reason he never uses 2 mics on an amp is because they're both in the wrong position.
Wow. Okay.
And also, he just likes that direct sound of one mic without getting into any weird phasing or, Whereas, of course, in certain genres, certainly in metal, that whole Sennheiser 421 and a 57 mixed is that's the way
sound.
they all do it. Yeah. So
right.
Just to backtrack a little bit, we bought 2 Neumann TLM102s because we heard them on Matt Schofield's, on my 2 Rock being played by Matt Schofield recording his record, and I was astounded at the...
Sounds like the amps.
It's hard to record that amp.
Yeah. Just the sound pressure level coming from that thing alone.
Yeah.
There's, I had my old matchless. I had an HC30. Actually, the first matchless DC30 ever with reverb. like in a head, and so the guys made that for me, and it was an amazing sounding amplifier, and it had this bottom end thing that was just like almost this this harmonic going. It was just amazing sound, really hard to mic up, really hard to get that sound through. You know, especially if you're using like an SM57 like this. You know, it was like you go, it's like all the top and everything's great. It's just really difficult.
No different from different kinds of instruments or different human beings. You know, not every mic works.
Yeah,
does it?
Yeah.
But, it's not normal to run a large diaphragm capacitor mic on a guitar amp, although plenty of people do it, obviously. But they seem to work really well. From what I could hear through the headphones as we were starting the show today, it was promising. So I'm hoping that translates to what we hear when the audio's done. Maybe there's a podcast. Anyway, okay.
So play some.
I will.
So hear the super.
I will. I think I tune my guitar.
That sounds killer. What do we do? I'll play some rhythm. You do that. Have both sounds with the Sennheisers.
Oh, interesting.
And then both with the Neumanns.
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. trying to play something mindlessly simple enough so that when we flip back between the two mics, and also go from clean to bit of dirty to very dirty, and so there is some volume disparity there. But
I'm really interested in hearing this.
Me too.
Yeah, especially if the
Yet
room
more live
light's gonna
testing on
fit
you
up
guys.
that. Yeah.
Because actually, let's just make the point. The reason that we're doing this is so that what you end up hearing from that pedal show is something approximating. I mean, sure, it's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
What we're not trying to do is make a record and make it sound kind of,
Produced and
We're trying to represent the stuff that you hear in as real a way as possible. And that's, to be honest, that was the motivation for getting the 102s.
Sure.
Because to me, they sounded a bit more... the 609s, 906s, sorry, Sennheiser 906s, for anyone who has used them. It's a dynamic mic. It's not massively dissimilar to an SM57. However, it does have this peak, sort of 3 to 4K peak, which makes it a really great live mic.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Now, that's
interesting.
That's a frequency range that I happen to really like with electric guitars, because it's where the crunch and the sizzle really the character is
Transients
defined
and all that
there
stuff is
to me.
absolutely.
And 10 to 12 as well. But anyway,
That's a 414. What are they?
No, E906.
E906, right. What are the 414s?
414s are those things up there, our room mics.
Ah,
AKG
okay.
C14, 414.
Okay, right.
Again, one of the most widely used studio mics in the world.
Yeah. Had a couple of those on the amps when doing the stuff with Biffy.
Oh, did you?
Yes. That and the Roya ribbon mic.
That's the next thing.
And it's...
Some Roy ribbons.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
oh, my goodness. But so when you get a sound like that, then it sounds great. It's quite inspiring to play and it's really fun. But yeah, our whole thing is trying to get as close to that sound through to you guys so that you can actually hear this live.
Yeah, so that it sounds as close as we can without spending 200 grand on a Neve console. And sorry, we didn't have a camera on my pedal board there. When it got very gainy again, you were hearing the Warthog into the Manticore.
That is a magic sound.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that honestly, before the show goes out, I'm going to grab a Warthog. There's going to be a waiting list on them. What a great pedal.
It really is a cool pedal. So there you go. Caliber, volume, gain, tone. And it goes from, boosty, transistory, boosty. Actually, it can be pretty warm too, all the way through to like almost fuzz.
But there's a particular breakup that it's got that is like late 60s angry.
Yeah. For me, it would
really, really cool.
For anyone out there who doesn't really like fuzz, but you want something that's has that kind of a little fuzziness around the edges, I think it's a good shout for that.
Yeah, it's very
cool.
And
which is why I used it for the cream thing, because the fuzz thing just wasn't really working in the live mix.
Yeah.
I was finding it tough to get it to sit, but that just.
Speaking of fuzziness around the edges, we're looking for a bass player.
Ah, so we are.
Yeah, we're going to go and do some gigs and some live events. So yeah, we're looking for a bass player. If you live
somewhere between Swindon and Somerset,
there you go.
Or it doesn't matter where you live actually, as long as you're prepared to travel.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking for a bass player for the That Pedal Show band. What are our requirements? Can play bass.
Yes.
That's about it.
And is available on days other than Tuesdays.
Yeah, you're probably a pro bass player, unless you've got a very understanding employer.
Yeah, but yeah, we just want to go and do a few things. So if you're, we've got a really great drummer.
Yeah. Must have a precision 4 strings and an MPEG. Did I say that?
Love it. Brilliant, guys. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I found it really fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the edit back.
Me too. Me too.
Massive thank you to our preferred retailers in the UK and Europe is
Anderson's Music of Guildford in Surrey, where I was only yesterday.
How are the boys?
They're good.
Okay?
Yeah, Pete's good.
Very good.
Pete's going to be coming on the show soon. Yeah. Pete, Pete's coming on the show soon.
Wonderful. In Australia.
Pedal Empire of Brisbane, Queensland.
Hello to Matt and the boys out there. Yeah, I had a great time when I was over there in December. That's so cool. There's a video. I don't know if I've mentioned that before, but there's a video that we shot when I was out there.
Yeah.
And at the end, they brought out this, because I haven't been home for so long, and at the end they brought this tray of like Vegemite and chicken crimpies and all this Australian food.
That's
It's
a
really
new one
cool.
on me, a chicken crimpy. Let me
Yes.
guess, some sort of pasty that's crimped around the
Oh
edge.
no, it's just this biscuit, and the tagline of this biscuit is "Flavor you can see," because it's got the seasoning on it is so thick that it's like you taste it, it's like it's all chicken salt, but they're amazing.
Okay,
So
chicken crimpies.
there you go.
They sound good.
Yeah. So yeah, big hello to Matt and the boys out there, and of course. In the US of A is
Riff City Guitar in New Hope, Minnesota, which
Yes.
is where we went last September.
we
which-
hope to go again.
How is it? How has so much time passed? Was it September, October?
My goodness! Wow. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello to
Brilliant.
the guys out there. If you're looking to buy something, please check one of those 3 stores
Yep.
out.
We nearly had a major wardrobe malfunction today. When I
We
turned
did.
up, we were both double shrunging. But you've had a quick change.
I have
Very
a quick
impressive.
change. The reissued tees are back in
Very
stock for anyone who's interested, and we've got fridge magnets. For years on guitar magazines, I was like, let's do fridge magnets on the cover, and they were like, nah, don't be silly, nobody wants fridge magnets. So I'm like,
Finally gonna get your fridge
I'm
magnets.
doing fridge magnets. They don't have to go on a fridge, you could stick them on anything metallic.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say a massive thank you to all the patrons on Patreon. Since we've shown what goes into the episode, a lot of you guys have felt compelled to say thank you very much. We're so grateful, guys. It makes a world of difference to what we can actually do. So thank you so much.
Onwards and upwards.
Yes. Brilliant. Have a fantastic week, and we will see you next Friday. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.